All right, welcome back to A to Z Decodes, Arizona breakdowns. Okay. I see these trending stories. I break them down for y'all. I don't make you, I show you some facts here that should have you questioning these stories and how they hit with these particular patterns, which are definitely suspect, right? And I'm not saying that these things don't happen, but I'm thinking something if these events are taking place, something's making them happen, and it's by a particular code. And I'm here to kind of expose that, okay? And I'm not the only one who does these breakdowns on YouTube, but I'm going to definitely play my part. As I see something shady with this, authorities identify a man who drowned in a jet ski accident at Lake Pleasant, and this was on Easter Sunday. Okay, so Lake Pleasant, and authorities have identified the man who drowned after his jet ski overturned Sunday afternoon at Lake Pleasant. The Maricopa County Sheriff's Office said they responded to Scorpion Bay around 3 p.m. for a welfare check. When they arrived, they learned that two people, 43-year-old Tehan Sensei and his wife, were riding a jet ski and attempted to make a U-turn when it flipped over. I don't find any pictures of the guy. They just give us the name. But they say his wife said, or excuse me, him and his wife were riding a jet ski and attempted to make a U-turn when it flipped over. Deputies say a person on a nearby boat noticed the couple were struggling after the jet ski flipped and attempted to help them. And MSCO said Sase was pulled from the water and a passerby started CPR. Deputies then resumed compressions and fire crews took over once they arrived. Sase died at the scene. His wife was not injured. She told deputies that the jet ski had a mechanical issue and they were trying to return to the dock when they made a U-turn and fell off. Both were wearing life jackets. And we're going to watch what is up with this language, because look at that. First off, these letters have numerical values, right? So look at that. Wouldn't you know that's going to go hand in hand, right? Jet skis got 74 like drown in the same cipher, and obviously that's a match, and obviously that makes sense, right? Jet ski 74, drown 74 in the language. And this was on Easter Sunday. We know Sunday's got the S. MCSO responded to Scorpion Bay S around 3 p.m. for a welfare check. When they arrived, they see this husband, and this husband is dead. The wife with no injuries as their jet ski flipped over. So you get 74 and with drown, 74 with jet ski. Look at this. Scorpion Bay in the language 61. Drown 61. She told deputies that the jet ski had a mechanical issue. Mechanical issue equals 61. Even Scorpion Bay has 160, 160, and you get the 1 and the 6 in there, the same numbers. If you notice Arizona's last birthday, Valentine's Day, 214, right? 2 plus 14 is 16. You also get a 61 date numerology with the Arizona birthday. And 16, another 16 with the single digits, 2, 1, 4, and the year 2025. Look at that. 61. 61. Right? What happened? Drown. Where? Scorpion Bay. Uh, how or why, I guess? Mechanical issue. You get the birthday for Arizona. You get all these 16s and 61s. Even the man's name equates to 61 in the language. Reverse reduction. Tejon Sese. I know that's how they have it listed. I copy and paste. I don't need to really know how to pronounce it, right? That's how it's spelled. 43-year-old Tejon Sese was pulled from the water. You see that? He died at the scene, the woman not injured. Look at his name with the 61. Okay? And even his last name has the S like Sunday, S like Scorpion Bay. Wow, what do you think about that? No coincidence. These articles are given to us just by the letters and the numerical values. It's like a lottery. And this is the name that pumps out by the numbers. Okay? You even get 119 with the guy's name. And this number has been popping up recently with trending stories on the world stage. You see the golfer Justin Thomas won the RBC. Is it the RBC Heritage or the RHC Heritage? I think it's the RBC Heritage. I just did this story on my main channel, Daily Decodes 812. Justin Thomas picks up this victory in this golf tournament or whatever, and look at his next birthday right around the corner is the 119th day of the year. So we get the 119 again. It also popped up with the OKC Thunder playoff basketball game, round 1, game 1 against the Grizzlies. OKC Thunder equals 119. And something I just barely wrapped up a video that's uploading now on that channel. And Jason Tatum of the Celtics, he appeared to injure his right wrist in the game versus the Orlando Magic. And the Celtics pick up the victory. Look, right wrist equals 119. And look, there's that 61. You see that? Tatum appeared to injure his right wrist, but he returned and finished with 17 points in that game. That was also Easter Sunday. But look at how right wrist has 61 right there. And that's on the fly as the 61 connects again with the 119 over in this story. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? And drowning would be like a form of getting injured. You understand? Just in a different way, right? It's, drowning's obviously a negative, obviously like a downfall, right? Okay? And no pun intended, Jason Tatum fell and appeared to injure his right wrist, and you see the 119-61 connection. And that's cool because that's on the fly. It's not cool that it happened, but the world is a stage, okay? The world is a stage, and you see how that connects, right? Even Boston equals 22 like basketball. And look at dead equals 22. Wow, and look, dead equals 94 like Easter. You see that? Dead equals 94 like Easter. Don't forget Derek White was the star of that Boston Celtic game with 30 points. And he's born in 1994. So damn, that's amazing with that connection right there. Not to go too far off of the A to Z decode, but you see Boston's got that 22. Basketball has that 22. So you see how these two numbers these two stories connect here. Wow. And obviously, if you look at 119 from right to left, you see 911 for emergency, okay? Okay, they're saying a mechanical issue. Look at, you get Arizona's birthday with mechanical issue. That's the ABC 123 cipher. Mechanical issues got 142, and that's Arizona's birthday, the 14th day of the second month. Notice how jet ski equals 43, and it's a 43-year-old man that was pulled from the water, died at the scene. And that's his 44th year of life, and kill equals 44. Killing equals 43. So it's a jet ski that flipped over. Isn't that amazing? Even jet equals 19 to go with the name of the character that dies, 119. You see that? Don't forget also chaos equals 19. As this is a chaotic situation and a chaotic scene at Lake Pleasant. Drowns 93, Arizona 39, a 9-week, 3-day span from the Arizona birthday to Easter Sunday and this accident. This drowning. 93 equals drowns and a 9-week, 3-day span from the Arizona birthday to Sunday and this incident. And just some other random connections here. Lake. That's amazing how we started off with jet ski back here. Jet ski 74 like drown, which makes sense, right? You know, you got to be careful out there. But look, and then we get these numbers. Lake and drown both have 29 and 25. And Pleasant, as in Lake Pleasant, Pleasant has the 25 as well. Pleasant has 88 like jet ski. And we get this story involving a jet ski and a drowning at Lake Pleasant. And you see how all of the numbers connect. Don't forget the Pope died at age 88 on this day on the world stage. And you see Pleasant 88 like jet ski. No, and we're in the year 25, right? So Pleasant, Drown, and Lake got the 25. Wow. I mentioned this was on Easter Sunday. Easter Sunday's got the 94 like U-turn. And I just showed you on the fly, dead equals 94. Easter even equates to 40, like man drowns has the 40 right there. U-turn, and it flipped over, attempted to make a U-turn. Don't forget, U is the 21st letter of the alphabet, and this is trending the following day, Monday, the 21st day of the 4th month. Now, it being the 4th month, you see Man Drowns and Easter both have 40, and 40 is like 4. With that Pope connection, he died on the Queen's birthday, right? Queen Elizabeth II. Who else died on the Queen's birthday in history? Prince, the musician. Remember, he had the song, I Will Die for You. Okay? And this event was on Easter Sunday, the day the Pope died, on the anniversary of Prince's death. You see that? And you, I will die for you. And you being the 21st letter of the alphabet, and this trending on the 21st. So that's amazing. So I feel like I need to pull up Prince now. You see that? Right there. And Notice how he died on the 16th, or excuse me, 2016. And don't forget, we have a bunch of 16s and 61s with this breakdown. You see that again right there? All 16s and 61s, right? And you see how it connects with Prince there on the same day, and then the Pope dying. Look at Prince died at his Paisley Park recording studio. Paisley Park, PP, Prince P, Pope P. Okay? And they may have changed it, but I originally saw that he died of pneumonia, another P. Okay? And there's the 19 that pops up right there. Check that out with the 19s that we have in the breakdown. So amazing. So where you at, Arizona? See if I can get this to play. Ooh, and Pleasant has P, right? Lake Pleasant P, Pope P, Prince P, Paisley Park P with that Prince death. Damn, pneumonia P. Wow, and when you think of Arizona, you think Phoenix P, and I think Lake Pleasant is in Peoria P. Lake Pleasant, Peoria. Look at that, Lake Pleasant, and it regional park P. It says northwest of Phoenix P, but it's the park is located with the municipal boundaries of Peoria, Arizona P. And then the Pope dies that day on the Prince death anniversary. Damn, right? Peoria's got 98 and 35 like Easter Day. And the death of this 43-year-old man on Easter. Wow. Ooh, hold on. MN. P is the 16th letter of the alphabet. P, the 16th letter of the alphabet. And Prince died in 2016. Holy crap. With all the 16s and 61s. So they're teaching us, it's like they're teaching us lessons with these stories, y'all. Man, right? Damn. Okay, so I mean, that's going to be the breakdown. Again, welcome. I wanted to maybe drop a video a couple of days ago on this channel, but you know, I was pretty busy with the main channel, but I'm glad I got to give you this one. Wow, right? So you would think a simple story about this drowning at Lake Pleasant and RIP. It's really like not so. I mean, it's simple. It's simple, but it can be overwhelming, right? What's going on here with this language? How this connects with Arizona's birthday even and the Pope. There's even a guy on the Orlando Magic who are in the playoffs and his name is Pope. Caldwell Pope. Okay, and I just did that breakdown that's uploading on my main channel, Daily Decodes 812. But this is A to Z Decodes, and I bring these local stories to Arizona as I'm in Mesa. And wow, I'm just like blown away every time I present one of these stories and these breakdowns. So, damn, man drowns after jet ski overturns at Lake Pleasant. Okay, where you at, Arizona? Shout out to y'all. I'll try to be back within 4 or 5 days or so. I think I went like a week roughly from the last video. So I'm glad to be able to present this. RIP. I guess we can just assume that this happened, right? But again, what's going on with this language? What's going on with this number system? What's going on with this world that we're born into? And now we find out later in life that there's some kind of script being played out by the language and the numbers. So until next time, peace.